Safety, 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 safety. Safety, safety, safety. There's a med kit right there. So we've got to move some of the stuff that's on top of it so it's readily available. It's on the table. See, look, he's looking around. Right there. It's
right
green.
there, green box.
See? I also have IFAC on my gear. This thing right here has quick clot in it just in case someone gets shot. Please don't shoot yourself because we're in the woods and it's going to take some time to find a hospital. Right, so don't shoot yourself. Med kit's right there. There's water in the cooler. The cars are right there. All right. Don't go that way because that's the way we're going to be shooting. So if you got to use the bathroom or the head, go that way. Right?
Right.
Pee and poop a reasonable distance away from where we're going to sleep. Right? Now, weapon safety. First safety rule is treat every weapon as if it were loaded, even though we already know the condition of our guns. You may not know a condition of someone else's gun. So I know I'm condition 3, and I'll get into that later on my rifle. I don't know what condition Leonidas is in. So I'm going to treat both my gun and his gun and this one the same, even though I just checked there's nothing in it, right? Yep. So always point it in a safe direction, which is either that way or, you know, obviously you're in front of me, so I'm pointing it that way, right? This Glock has no safety. So there's no safety on this, right? So rule number 1, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Rule number 2, never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. So I'm not going to point it at you because I'm not trying to shoot you because you're on my team, right? I'm not trying to shoot civilians, so I'm not going to aim it at civilians.
Right.
So rule number 1, keep every weapon as if it were loaded. Rule number 2, never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Rule number 3, keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you are ready to fire. None of this shit. See that? That's not straight and off the trigger. This is straight and off the trigger. So the rule is you should be able to see through. Because now, right, let's say I'm behind you and I'm not, you know, I'm not following the second safety rule, which is never point my weapon at anything I do not intend to shoot. And I'm behind you and I get scared. Oh, shit. And now I just pulled my trigger. Because, you know, when you get scared, you tense up, right? So now if I get scared, I'm not pulling anything. I'm just touching a hard piece of metal. I'm like, oh, shit. Right? See that? So if you're like this, that's, if I just push my finger forward, it's slipping and pulling, right? So keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire, and keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. So the sniper and R2, did yours have safety?
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right, so these 3 have safeties. This doesn't, yours doesn't. So that's basically it, right? So again, rule number 1 is treat every weapon as if it were loaded. So please say it with me. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is never point your weapon.
Never point your weapon
at anything you do not intend to shoot.
At anything you do not intend to shoot.
Right. Rule number 3 is keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Number 4 is keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
Simple, right?
Simple.
Treat every weapon as if it's loaded. Don't point it at anyone you love. Don't pull the trigger. Keep it on safe. That's basically it. Literally, that's it. And as an example, in so-called Rhode Island, to buy a pistol, you need a blue card, which in order to get a blue card, you have to take a test. And on the test are the safety rules. Some of them may be different, like, you know your target and what lies beyond it. But it's kind of like when you take the test, it's common sense shit. Like, let me not shoot through this drywall when there might be fucking children playing on the opposite side of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Now, weapons conditions. The weapons condition is the condition of the weapon, right? So this right here, right now, with no magazine in it, no round in the chamber, is considered a condition 4 weapon. Get that? Now, the weapons conditions are important because, as an example, if we're patrolling and, you know, an area known for combat, we're going to say, hey, we're going condition 1 off rip, right? But if we're back in the safety of our home or on base or at the fob, we're going to say condition 4. Or depending on where you're at, condition 3. Right? So condition 4 is no magazine inserted, bolt forward, chamber empty, weapon on safe if it's a rifle. This is condition 3, right? Look how complicated this is. Condition 3. So condition 3 is magazine inserted, bolt forward, chamber empty, weapon on safe. So what's the difference between condition 4 and condition 3?
Putting the clip into the gun.
That's it. Yeah. Not clip, magazine.
Magazine.
The clip is, you know, when you buy ammo and the bullets come on that piece of metal. That's called a stripper clip.
Okay.
So you're not putting that into this.
All right. Because
it ain't working if you do that, right? And if, you know, we're dealing with Moors who are former Marines and you say, hey, I need some clips. Here. Here's your stripper clip, stupid. And we're in a gunfight. Right? So proper nomenclature or the names of things are very important.
Okay.
Huh? Yeah, ammo. Yeah. Or some rounds, whatever.
That's universal.
Anything but clip. This is a magazine.
All right.
Right? You know, they teach us the other shit. So that we get all types of twisted.
Yeah.
Right? So condition 4, no magazine inserted, bolt forward, chamber empty, weapon on safe. Condition 3 is magazine inserted, bolt forward, chamber empty, weapon on safe. Condition 2 only applies to yours because you got a hammer. Right? So it doesn't apply to this or the rifles. This is condition 1. What's the difference?
It's loaded.
So magazine inserted, bolt forward, round in the chamber, weapon on safe. That's it. Right? Simple, right? Stupid simple. Any questions?
That doesn't have a safety.
No, it doesn't. What they call it I think it's called a semi-safety or whatever it's called. It's just, you see this little thing on the trigger? It's just so you have to have a full like finger press on it because that little plastic piece is stopping it, but that's just not a safety.
No.
That is not a safety at all. Does everyone know how to use this Glock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we sure?
No.
Okay, great. So the magazine release is right here. Right? So to take the magazine out, you just press that button and it comes right out. To lock, so when you pull it back to slide lock it, right? It's harder to do it like this, right? It's easier to slip off. So what I do is I put the palm of my hand over it, right? So the meaty part of my thumb is right here, so like that, and then these fingers are right here. Then I pull back with this hand and push forward with that hand, so it's easier, right? Instead of me trying to just do it with this hand, right? Then you take this thumb and you literally just push that up. Just like that. It's easy. So you pull it back, push forward, lift it up, and it locks. That's it. Right? So when you're shooting, bang, 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 and you have a magazine in it, it's automatically going to lock backwards because the piece of plastic that's on top of the spring of this prevents the slide from going forward. So that's how you know when you're empty, because you're shooting, bang, 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 bang. When it's empty, it goes like that. Okay, so just take the fucking magazine out, right? Sometimes what people do is they'll load another magazine in, right? And then they'll pull it back to go condition 1, which there's been debates about if it's faster or not. But, you know, if you go from here to up here and pull it back to put a round in, as opposed to going like this from here to here and then pressing the slide forward, that's kind of, you know, you see there's a difference.
You can see, yeah.
Right? So if you load it up and just want to send it forward, it's not hard. None of this is hard, right? If you get a malfunction, right? So you're shooting, bang, 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 and you see 2 pieces of brass coming out. That's called a stovepipe. Well, it's called a double feed. If there's just brass like sticking straight out, that's called a stovepipe. So what we do in the Marines for any rifle or pistol is tap, rack, bang. So let's say you're shooting, bang, 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 bang. It stops. You just tap the magazine, you rack it back, and then you pull the trigger again. If it doesn't work, you do it again and then pull the trigger. See if it goes bang. If it doesn't, then you take a knee, you take the magazine out, then you fully observe what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see that in the video, one of the other videos I posted with Juju's Glock. I was shooting, it stopped. I just looked real quick. I noticed it was a double feed, so I just tapped it, racked it, shot again. It jammed again because the magazine is cheap plastic. I you know, tapped it, noticed it didn't come out. Just slid it back, let it fall out, and just kept going. Right? So don't panic. It's just tap, rack, pull the trigger, and if it goes bang, it goes bang. If it doesn't, tap, rack, try it again. If it doesn't, okay, Let me look at what's going on. Let me take cover, take the magazine out first, then observe what the fuck's going on. Don't put your fingers in this way. Because if you slide that shit back, your finger's going with that shit. Yep. And you don't want that at all. Also, what you want to do for a pistol, any arm, get a high, firm pistol grip. None of this shit right here. Because that's just kicking back, falling out of your hand, doing backflips. You don't want that, right? So high, firm pistol grip. Beware of this, because when you shoot, it's going back. So if your hands are up here, it's called a snake bite. It's ripping that shit off, right? Also, which we're not going to do today, but in situations where you're going to shoot with your non-dominant hand, normally, you know, with your non-dominant hand, you're used to it being where it needs to be, right? But if you switch, right, and you're like this, you're fucked. Yeah. So, you know, we're going to practice that later in the future. But just be aware of, you know, your position on the firearm. You don't want anything to be near anything moving, because it's going to hurt. Any questions?
Babe, where are they?
Oh, you pretty much covered it for the Glock.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to show you how to take the slide off. Hold on. All right.
Does that ever happen to you?
What?
Got your skin in any of the moving parts?
Yeah, like a dumbass here. That happens to everybody.
Hurts.
Well, not everybody, but, you know, if you're... It's called the fog of war, you know. If you're under stress, if you're running and shit, and you're shooting, bang, bang, bang. Then they say switch to your non-firing hand. Then you have to listen to shit, you know what I mean? So you switch, you don't get a proper grip, and you know, dumb shit, you know. But it's not like it's gonna send you to the fucking hospital or anything.
Oh, so we're gonna have to learn to shoot with both hands.
Eventually, yeah. Not today though. This is just fundamentals of marksmanship, right? So to take the slide off, always make sure there's nothing loaded, right? Always. Anytime you touch any one of your guns, always make sure it's not loaded, no matter what you're doing. To clean it, because you'll hear bullshit stories of, oh, husband is cleaning his shotgun and blows his wife's brains out. If you're cleaning a shotgun and you're taking it apart, it's impossible to blow someone's brains out, because the first thing you got to do is take off the magazine tube to take the rounds out, and then the barrel. So how are you shooting with no barrel? Yeah. Right? So... But still, it's, you know how the Europeans get down, they murder their family members and say, oh, I was cleaning my gun, it was an accident, right? But anyway, don't be a retard, right? So always make sure your shit's empty. So again, you just pull the slide back, right? Make sure it's empty, send it home. Then for a Glock, you just pull the trigger, right? Take your hand like this. See how easy that is, right? You just pull back a little bit, like that. See this right here? They're on both sides. Pull them down, and it slides right off. Right? Then to take the barrel out, you take the spring out, which is stupid easy, right? See how dumb easy that was? And then the barrel comes right out. And that's it. That's it. Right? And then to put it back, look how easy this is. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this is so difficult. Oh, my God. Right? Then... Don't be like Leonidas. There's rails that line straight up with this, so you can't fuck it up unless you're Leonidas, right? So we were taught blocks, right? And you know, the circle goes in the circle, the square goes in the square, the triangle goes in the triangle, right?
It was a triangle to a square.
Literally line up. Look, you know, if you gotta force it, you're doing it wrong, right? And then now it's on and it's working again. Simple, right? Stupid simple.
Nah, it's not that simple.
Any questions?
There's some rocket science
involved. No questions, right? Because this is stupid easy, right? Now, this bad boy right here, this bad girl, Big Bertha. This is a, well, that was a Glock 22, Gen 4. This is a Remington 700. This is a police sniper rifle. It's bolt action, which means it's not semi-automatic or automatic. It's the magazine's right here. The safety's right here. Right, so to load it, you take the shells, you put them in here, you press it down just like that, right? And then to put one in the chamber, see how it's feeding it? Now it's loaded one in the chamber. So it's gonna shoot, bang, and there's no, the bolt carrier group doesn't push back, there's no spring, it's bolt action. So that's gonna make this round go further, faster, and harder, right? Then So every time you shoot, I think there's 5. So you put 5 rounds the way I just did it. You put 5 in there, or 4, I think. It shoots, nothing's gonna happen. Then you just pull it up, take it out, it comes right out. Do it again, you just loaded it again, right? The safety's right here. S is for safe, imagine that, right? F is for fire, imagine that, right? Stupid easy. We call it marine proof. We call it marine proof, so, you know, that means Marines can't even fuck it up, right? And if you ask, you know, like the Marine that was at my house the other day, you don't have to be the brightest or the smartest or the most intelligent to join in the Marines. You just gotta exist. Like they said at the gun store, you need a pulse and a brain.
He said, hey, you need a pulse and
pulse and an ID.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't even need a brain.
What is the, do you need a blue card for that, or?
For this?
Yes.
No. In Rhode Island, you only need a blue card for pistols because it's easier to shoot yourself with a pistol. If I want to shoot myself with this thing, I literally have to go like this, point it at myself, and then pull the trigger like this. There's so many steps involved. You know what I mean? With the pistol, if I'm not paying attention to, you know, the first safety rule and the second safety rule and the third safety rule and the fourth safety rule,
yeah, you're getting shot.
All of those steps have to be violated, and then I have to point it at myself and then shoot myself, right? Or predominantly it's coming from the holster, right? You come from the holster and your finger's on the trigger and you're condition 1. So you pull it out and you're scared and you shoot yourself, right?
That's
or you're just like this, like
all
an
the
idiot,
way
and you shoot
down, like raka.
So that's why they teach us there's 2 ways to carry a pistol. Holster carry or over the shoulder, just like this. So that way everyone knows, okay, this person has a gun. Even if you do something by mistake, it's going straight up. And no one's getting hurt because God ain't up there. God's in you, right? So even God don't give a fuck. Right, so that's it with this. That's it. No questions, right? Simple.
Simple, yeah.
Just up, back.
Now,
to clean it.
One more time with the bolt action, you said once you load it and you could put 5 in there?
Yeah, 5. 5 goes right there. See the spring?
Oh, so it's a spring, so you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, 5.
And each time you pull the trigger and it fires, you have to
do it manually.
You have to do it
so
manually.
So let's say I already put 5 in, right? Now there's 1 in the chamber.
Oh, okay.
I shoot it. Bang. Nothing's gonna happen. So I have to do this. Eject it. Put another one in.
Okay.
It's bolt action.
Just wanted to get that clear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To take this out, to take the bolt out, you press this button right here, and it literally just slides right out. That's it. And to clean the barrel, you just get those long ass bore brushes, which I have somewhere. You just feed it through it like 500 times until it's clean, and that's basically it. And to put it back, look how hard this is. Oh my God. Watch me fuck it up just as I'm talking shit. Oh no, it's so difficult. This shit is stupid easy. Right? Guns don't kill people. Stupid people kill people. Or the good guys kill people, right? Now for my rifle. Oh yeah, one thing we were taught is never touch a gun you don't know how to use. If you don't know how to use it, don't fucking touch it. Because you're more likely to hurt yourself if you don't know what you're doing. And you're more likely to hurt someone else if you don't know what you're doing. All those sticks just fell out of my hair when I just did that. So, right here, right? This is a rifle. Standard rifle. The safety's right here. Safety switch is right here. It literally says safe. You can't miss it. It says it right there.
Oh, let me get a close up.
It says safe right here. Then, to put it all safe, guess where you put it? To fire. Fire. Now you're ready to go. Simple, right? To lock the bolt backwards, right? You pull this charging handle back. You gotta use some strength because it's a whole bolt with a spring. Because this is semi-auto, so it'll feed the rounds by itself, not like the bolt action. Then, so you pull this back, you press this. Look how easy that is. You don't gotta press super hard. You press it, and you can literally feel it. And now it's open.
Okay.
Simple. Right, so when you're shooting, bang, 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 and your magazine goes empty, it's gonna look like this. Right, so to release the magazine, you press this button like this, right? Shooting, bang, 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 bang. Oh, I'm empty. Drop the magazine, press that button, it's so easy. Oh, look at that, so easy. Right, then you load a new one, load it, right? Then you slap this right here. Guess what that does? send the ball home. Stupid easy. Stupid easy. Same safety rules, same condition. So this is condition 4, right? That's condition 3. Condition 2 doesn't apply, and this would be condition 1. Simple, right? Then take that out, right? Take the round out. Now you're condition 4 again. All right, and I'm gonna show you how to take apart in a second. It's also what? Stupid easy, watch. You basically don't need any tools. All right, so this right here, see that? You see that too, right? You just press it. Then you flip it to this side. Then you pull them out. Look at that. This is called the lower receiver. This is the upper receiver. You can buy these parts separately. You can buy this part without any of the trigger mechanism in it, and it's called an 80% lower because you have to carve it out. You could also 3D print them, which they're trying to make them illegal. And then once you get the 80% upper lower, you just carve it out, buy the trigger mechanism, and install it yourself. That's why it's 80%, because you got to do 20% of the work.
Can you buy 100% lower?
Yeah, but then you just buy the gun. You know. Right, then to take the bolt carrier group out, guess what you do? You just pull this bad boy. Oh shit, it pops right out. Look how easy that was, right? Then you take it out, you clean it. There's more to take out, but I'm not doing that right now because I'll do that later. I'll show you later when we get back. Then you would take this out, you clean it. Do you see these 2 notches right here?
Yeah.
Right there. There's 2 notches in here. So you just slide it in like that. Right, there we go. See how it fell in? Right? Put this in. Now it's in. Stupid easy, right? Then, put this back. Oh my God, this is fucking rocket science. Right? Then, of course, every time you put your gun back together, you do a functions check. So a functions check is this. Right? Keep it on safe. Pull the trigger. Nothing should happen. Great. Put it on fire, pull it, something should happen. Then you rack it again to simulate another round being fired, right? Or being chambered. Then you pull it again. Okay, it works. Then you do it one more time on safe. Okay, nothing should happen. It's put together properly.
Okay.
Remember last time when I gave you my shotgun and I was showing you that, I was like, oh shit, it didn't do what it's supposed to do. Then I figured out there was a pin missing. So that's why you do the function check to make sure you put all these little ass pieces back. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. Easy, right? Easy.
Couple doing it here and there.
Yeah. Once you start it, you'll see it's not scary. You control it. It doesn't do anything without you manipulating it. There's been a lot of people that say, they feel way more comfortable after having the safety classes. And after knowing how to properly handle it. Because other than that, it's just it's just sitting there. Nothing's gonna happen. I think you're hitting the leaf. Oh. Unless you do something with your intent, that's the only time any of this is gonna go off. Right? Did you BZO your rifle already?
No, I did not.
You did not? Okay, we'll do that. BZO basically stands for Battle Site 0. I don't know where the Z comes in, but that's what it's called. I guess 0.
0.
I guess BZ battle.
Battle 0 site.
Site, there's no S, and then 0. I didn't come up with it. Basically, so you see how this have iron sights, right? I put this optic on. So since I put this optic on, it's not aligned to how I shoot at all, right? So in order to make sure that it's aligned to me, I have to shoot with it on first before I go into a real life situation where I need to use it, right? So this specific reticle is an ACOG. Same shit we were issued in the Marines. It BZOs at the 36-yard line. So at 36 yards, it's equivalent to 100 yards, right? Then in the reticle itself, there's a chevron that looks like this, and then there's a post that looks like this. The tip of the post is red, and the chevron itself is red. At the tip of the chevron, that's 100 yards, right? At this part of the chevron, that's 200 yards. At the post, that's 300 yards. Then there's lines, 400 yards, 500 yards, 600 yards, 7, all the way up to 1,000 yards, which is 1,000 yards. Right? The tip of the chevron at 200 yards is equivalent to the average male shoulders. So if you're at 200 yards and you're aiming at a male, it should look like that, right? So if you do this to your eyes, right, these two posts should be lined up with my shoulders, right? So if I do that to a Keith, that's what it's going to look like. So if I see a Keith and it's like this, okay, he's within 200 yards. If it's closer, that means he's within 200 to 100 yards, right? If the chevrons are further or smaller, then I use the 400-yard line or the 500-yard line and see if that aligns with your shoulders. If it does, then that's how far you are. That's how simple this shit is. Right? So the lines going horizontal are measured to the average length of a male's shoulders. Guess what else? Basically the average length to a male's shoulders. Windows and doors. So now if there's a house over there, right? And I'm looking down my reticle and I see, okay, it's way further than 200 yards. Let me put the line on that window at the 400 yards. If the line at the 400 yards is wider than the entrance, then that means it's a little further than that. You get what I'm saying? Because the lines get smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. And you'll see that when you look through it. Right? Okay. But we're not shooting further than 36 yards today, except for with the sniper, so you're not really going to see it. But when you get a reticle, you'll see, oh shit, it does line up with doorways and windows and shit. You know. This is a PEC 15 with a pressure switch. It just has a laser and a light. And instead of pressing the button right here, you press the button right here. Right there. Okay. So instead of going up here, you just press it right there. So me, I hold my rifle like this. So if I want to turn it on, just move my thumb like that. Instead of having to take my whole hand off, press that button, you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is optional. This was like $75 on Amazon. This was $109 on Amazon. So it's not really expensive. Just, you know, don't buy Jordans and you can buy this. For real, right? This is a 5-position forward grip. This is position 1. That's position 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. If you get your rifle and you have iron sights, I recommend you get flip iron sights. That way you can flip them down, put on a reticle, and now you have both. So if I'm shooting, right, and I'm in a combat situation and I drop this or it gets shot, I just unscrew it off and flip up these iron sights and I can still use this gun. Get it? Yeah. So I have backup.
I say that again.
So these flip up. So if I press this button, they're gonna go up. So I can use them. They're iron sights, right? So this was already on here. I added this thing right here. I added that because it has 4 times magnification. So now if I drop this or it breaks or it gets shot or it just stops working for some reason, I can just screw it off, flip these up, and still use this gun. Right? So for you, if your shit breaks, you're fucked.
Oh, because, yeah, those flip-ups.
Well, you can get flip sights on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon's your friend. Amazon is your friend.
I never even thought about that, the flip sides.
Yeah, Amazon is your friend. All right, so any questions on any of this so far? All right, let's go over the safety rules one more time. So just please repeat after me. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded.
Treat every weapon as if it was loaded.
Never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot.
Never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot.
Keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
Keep your finger straight and off the trigger till you're ready to fire.
Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
That's fucking simple, right? Simple. Simple, 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 simple. Condition 4 is there's no magazine inserted. You don't have to repeat this. I'm just letting you know. Condition 4, no magazine inserted. Bolt forward, right? So this thing forward. Chamber is empty, right? Weapon on safe. Ejection port cover closed. Because if I go condition 1, you're going to know it. Why? Because now the ejection port's open.
Open all the time when you do that? Oh, yeah, it has to.
Yeah. Because the rounds have to come out, right? Condition 3 would be magazine inserted. bolt forward, chamber empty, weapon on safe. Condition 2 does not apply to this. Condition 1, magazine inserted, bolt forward, round in the chamber, weapon on safe. That's it. That's it. Now, shooting positions. So in the Marines, they taught us ditties. A ditty is basically like a little song. And it's easier to remember songs, right? So what they teach us is, as an example, in the sitting position, which is the second most stable position, the prone is the most stable position. Sitting is also good, right? So sitting, right? You never want bone on bone contact, because then you're just moving. You want bone on meat or muscle, right? So what they teach us is thumb screw, right? High pocket of shoulder, reach out, grab air, high firm pistol grip, chipmunk cheek, rotate down, and then you adjust.
Shit.
Easy, right? So thumb screw, high pocket of shoulder, reach out, grab air, high firm pistol grip, chipmunk cheek, rotate down, adjust. Right? Then you want proper eye relief. So eye relief is basically the distance from your eye to your optic. So for this one, I want a clear circle, because there's two circles I'm looking at. This one and this one. So if I see a circle and then another circle, I'm wrong. If I see a circle and then there's black around it, I'm wrong. It's called scope shadow. Scope shadow can be either, you know, so this would be perfect, right? If it's like this, you're wrong. If it's like that, you're wrong. If it's like this, you're wrong. It's two circles lined up clearly. You should have, it's called a clear sight picture.
So the one circle over one eye and the other eye can be open. It'll still make a perfect circle, like one vision.
It's just if you have a magnifier, then one eye is going to be close and one eye is going to be far. But you can still see what the fuck you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? But the goal is eye relief. If you have iron sights, this is called the front sight post. Front sight post. Easy, right? Rear sight aperture. That's it.
Rear sight aperture.
Yeah. So basically, same thing with irons. Well, they're called iron sights. Same thing with pistol sights. You have, you know, the two posts, right? Then you have this in the middle, right? So you want your front sight post to be in the middle of your rear sight aperture, whether it be a circle or whatever it is. You want equal distance from the left and the right towards the middle of that post, right? Then for iron sights, you want it to be flush at the top. Same thing with pistol sights, right? Your focus has to be on the front sight post, because that's really where it's going to determine where that bullet's going. So this should be clear. Your target should be blurry. If you're looking at your target, you're not aiming with your rifle. You're just looking at your fucking target. But if you already know, if you see your target, okay, I see that. So now let me focus. Let me make sure that this is on that. So your front sight post should be clear. Your target should be blurry. Same thing with your reticle. Your reticle should be clear and your target should be blurry. That's how you ensure that you're going to hit what you're aiming at. Because you're aiming through the sight. You're not aiming at the target. You just have to align the sight with the target. You get it?
Yeah.
Right? So this first. You know what I'm saying? Because this is doing all the work.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
So that's the sitting. You also want proper trigger control, like I think I went over at the house, right? When you pull your finger, your other tendons are gonna move naturally, right? So what you want to do is get the meaty part of the tip of your finger and go straight back, kind of like that.
Okay.
So just go straight back, right? And there should be an audible click. All right, so I'm gonna do it slow. So you see that room? Oh, hold on. I did it too hard. See all that room? God damn it. There it is. See that?
Yeah.
It moved a little bit. That means it's about to go off, right? So if I do it any more, it's going to go off. Right? So you have to be aware of that, because that's basically how many pounds it takes for your trigger to go off. So you want that high firm pistol grip. You want that proper trigger control, because if you're strong arming the weapon, you're going to aim down and to the left, right? Also, if you're anticipating recoil, you're going to be aiming down because you're scared. So you're leaning into it. Don't lean into it. Just you know, make sure it's in there. Just make sure that shit's in there. Make sure your elbow's in the groove of your of what is this? Your thigh and your calf. Make sure that shit's in there. Because if it's not, and you're just sliding back, stupid. right? Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just don't be dumb. So put that shit in there, make sure it's in there, right? So now, when it goes off, right, now my body's absorbing most of that recoil, right? Especially with my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, what they teach us is called a natural respiratory pause, right? So if you pay attention to when you're breathing, when you inhale, you pause before you exhale again.
It's that
And then when you exhale, you pause again before you inhale again. So you shoot at your natural respiratory pause. I shoot on the natural exhale. So when I exhale, right, and you'll see your sights moving. You'll see, bang. That's when I shoot. Right? And if you start holding your breath, you're gonna start shaking. So you don't shoot then.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll always see me every time you watch any of my shooting videos. If I'm in the prone or in the sitting, you'll see my lungs inhale, exhale, and what I do is because you know sometimes my heart would be racing because I'm thinking about everything I have to do, so I'll do this. Bang. So I'll take one large breath, right? Then a shorter one, then a shorter one, and then I'll shoot.
Okay.
Right. So I'm getting my body to, I'm lowering it in basically degrees. I'm getting it to calm down. And then once I'm calm, I'll shoot that shit. Shoot whenever you're ready. You don't shoot when someone tells you to shoot. So you have to pay attention to what your body's telling you, right? That's the sitting. We're not going to do prone today.
So load the magazine into the gun and like put one in the chamber. Can you go over that real quick?
The conditions?
Yeah, just put the magazine into the gun and so you gotta pull the pin back, right?
It's a charging handle. So you just put it in, right? And this right here, on this side, see that?
Yeah.
That's what's holding it in, on this little groove right here.
Okay.
That's the only thing?
Yeah. That's why it falls out so easy. So you see it right there?
Yeah.
Right there. Right? So that's why it's smooth right here, and it kind of lifts up a little bit to push it out the way, and then it clicks in, right? So every time you load it, you want to slap it in there. See, now it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Until you press that little ass button. Right? Because if you just put that shit in, oh shit, I'm an idiot, right? So when you put it in, slap that bitch. See the difference?
Yeah.
And, you know, every magazine's different. Some are cheaper than others. You know what I mean? So just always beat that bitch. Right? And I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about this inanimate object. Right?
Really?
Any other questions? No?
Nope.
All right, so no bone on bone, always bone on meat or bone on muscle, if you got it. Right, I'm fat, so I got fat. That's it, not playing. Natural respiratory pause. Eye relief, right? Clear scope. So
is that part of BZOing?
all of that. All of it is called fundamentals of marksmanship.
Okay.
All of it, even the BZOing.
Okay.
Right. So clear sight picture, and then sight alignment sight picture, which is that you know, clear front sight pose blurry target or clear reticle blurry target. That's sight alignment sight picture. So now you got the clear scope, right? So now I get to align it now. So once I align it with my target, okay, now I verify that's my target because I see it through the scope. So now I have to look at my reticle now. So now it's sight alignment sight picture, right? So clear reticle, blurry target. That's how you ensure you're going to hit what you're aiming at, right? Then there's also something called follow through, right? So if I see my target, right? Okay, that's that motherfucker right there. And I, bang. I don't want to just shoot and then look. Nah, I want to shoot, bang, and then see if I hit where the fuck I hit. All right. So if you're looking at the black of the target and you shoot, right, and everything's fine, it should go up and then right back down to what you were looking at. If you shoot and it goes up and it goes somewhere else, you fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So sight alignment, sight picture, follow through. So don't just fucking shoot and then look. There's nothing to see.
Can we go over the conditions again?
Yeah, conditions. This is condition 4.
No
magazine inserted. Bolt forward. Chamber is empty.
Bolt forward.
Weapon on safe. Condition 3 is magazine inserted. The bolt is still forward. Chamber is still empty. Weapon still on safe.
Okay.
Condition 2 does not apply. Condition 1.
Why does condition 2 not apply?
Because there's no hammer.
Okay.
Right. Condition 2 does not apply. Condition 1 is this. You already got the magazine in it. So the next step is pull that charging handle and you can see it go home. See the round just chambered, right?
Yeah.
Then to do a brass check, you just pull it back a little bit. You see brass? Yep, that shit's loaded. Let go. Tap that forward assist. See how it pushed it forward?
Yeah.
You good.
Oh, that's what that's for.
Yep, that's what that's for.
All right.
They ain't teaching civilians that. They ain't teaching civilians how to do a brass check. You just slap that bitch, right? That's why these grooves are here. See these grooves?
Yeah.
It's because it's pushing it forward.
That's dope.
Right? These motherfuckers are geniuses.
Yes.
Us, because we created this. Not
Yeah.
Europeans. Right? And then look how easy that is. Bang. So since this is a gas-operated gun, it's operating off of the gases released by the gunpowder in this round. The bullet's only that big. The rest of this is gunpowder. Right?
Yeah.
So the way this works, it's called the cycle of operation. I'm not going to go through the full cycle with its proper nomenclature. I'm just going to explain it to you what happens. Right? So you load a round in it. The firing pin hits that little surface right there, which the firing pin is inside the bolt carrier group itself. And remember when I pulled out the lower receiver from the upper receiver, that little thing that was cocked back, that's the trigger mechanism that slaps the firing pin forward a little bit, and it's just a slight movement, and it's just going off, right? So now there's a gas tube right here, right? So as the bullet's going forward and those gases are going forward, some of it cycles back to help the bolt go backwards.
That's crazy.
And then there's a buffer and a spring in here that springs it back. So that's the cycle of operation. So once that happens, that's why it's semi-automatic. It's not fully automatic, because fully automatic would just you pull the trigger and it keeps doing it. It's semi because you have to pull it every single time. That's bolt action because it doesn't have that function. You get it?
Yeah. So you got it every time.
So you have to pull that shit. You have to do that shit manually, which they're trying to ban this, and so all we have is that. Yeah, they're trying to ban that shit. Yeah, I can't remember which resolution it is, but remember when they was having everyone distracted with the House Resolution 1666 about the mandatory COVID shit? They also introduced that to ban all pump action guns. They only want
bolt action.
bolt shit.
Yeah.
Or muskets. Meanwhile, they got fully auto, they got all of this shit, but they only want us to have this. So don't think that this shit is a game. This shit is for real. Yeah. For real. Yeah. Like, as an example, in New York, you can't even have this.
No, you can't, but they can.
But SWAT does. Why? Because they know their enemy. So let's disarm our enemy. That's their thing. So let's make it so none of these black people, none of these Moors can have anything that competes with what we got. If that's not a military strategy, then I don't know what the fuck is. Because in war, they talk about restricting your opponent's ability to get resupplies and ammo. Okay, so if you only got a pistol and they got rifles, they're straight.
Yeah.
Because this is 4 times magnification. 4 times. That's iron sights. There's no magnification. It's just your eye and that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're seeing you before you see them. That's knowing your enemy. Right? But anyway. That's how that works.
All right.
Any other questions?
Nope.
As of right now, no.
All right, safeties first, safety first, safety first, safety first, safety first. So we're going to shoot pistols last because those are the most dangerous because you're more likely to shoot yourself with a pistol, right?
Sounds about right.
So we're going to BZO your rifle first. And that's it. Now you can end the video now. Unless you want to BZO on camera and see how bad you suck.
No.
Straight footage.
Ken, we can look back on it.
All
Keep mine recording.
I'll keep yours recording or I just got roll.
Oh.
All right,
keep
so
this
we're going to lay down this drawer. Everyone got their earplugs?
Nope.
Oh, you done fucked up. Someone's calling? Unknown number. You're right. You're crazy.
Hey, Jamal.
All right. Who has a pen?
Not on.
You got a pen?
Yeah, I got a pen. Right in my bag.
You want to write your name on the target over there?
All right. Hold this in. Let's record.
You want to write your name on the target? The furthest one? Furthest one?
You got a pen?
Yeah, I got a pen in my bed.
Fucking thirsty as hell. Whose water is this, man?
Yeah, this is mine. Excuse me.
Where'd you bring that back?
Because we're going to actually BZO you in the prone. So you're going to have your rifle rest on this. Red pen or black pen? It don't matter.
Doesn't matter. That fucking sniper rifle look crazy.
Huh?
That sniper rifle look crazy.
You want to shift some of that to the...
I need to go to the mall and without it.
To the mall? What's on the right?
You got that pen?
Ear protection. Yeah, he's right here. He's laying on the shoes. Where the fuck is that? It's my black bag. Where's that black bag?
Any target I want?
Yeah. So you know when you miss it, you know, that's your target. when you suck, you know it's all yours. Y'all really don't got no ear protection?
No, I didn't bring none.
Forgot mine.
Dang, this shit's gonna be ringing.
Do I have?
All right, so the command to stop firing is ceasefire. So anytime you hear ceasefire, everyone should yell ceasefire. And yell that shit because these are bullets. So it's gonna be loud,
Okay.
right? Did you write your name on the first, all the way down there?
Oh, all the way, all the way? No.
Well, that's, we're gonna be aiming at that one first.
Oh, okay, that's what we got.
Can you just forget the truck?
Nope. Oh, yeah, your 22 ain't even that loud.
Relax.
Was it 23?
Yeah, man.
So please stand behind the firing line if you're not shooting. The firing line is that piece of wood. All right.
I need to get okay.
Go condition 4? Not condition 4. Huh? Condition 4. So what you want to do is you want to fold your broomstick up. Yeah. You want your rifle to rest on this because this is the stable platform. So let this do all the work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to move. All right. So you want to get in that prone position. Nothing yet, please. Remember which target's yours, right? Which one? To the middle? How many times are we shooting the target? 3 times. 3 times? Okay. So go ahead and go condition 1.
Shouldn't I make sure that the vision's good?
Yeah, that's why you're down there for. What condition 1?
Condition 1?
Condition 1. You can put one in the chamber.
He goes.
Fire when ready. Yeah. You see where you hit? Right above the black, like 11 o'clock.
Right above it?
Yeah, so shoot 2 more times. Whenever, fire when ready. Just keep aiming center. You hit. Actually, I don't see where you hit. You got go condition 4? That's what you got. I didn't see the other 2 rounds. I didn't see the first one. You got that pencil, right?
Yes, sir.
You shot mine. Wow. I think that was the second one. So this was the first one. Unless this was your first and second, because it kind of looks like a pinhole. Oh yeah, this was your first and second one. And that wasn't there before, so.
Like that.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Yeah, how the fuck like that?
It probably could have been the wind, because your round is a lot smaller than a 5.56 round, so maybe the windage. But the wind's not blowing that much,
Yeah.
so. It could have been you aimed at this one by mistake.
Yeah, I think that's when I kind of had that little.
So we're gonna take
I had a jerk shot.
3 more shots at this.
Alright, how come I'm hitting way off like that?
That's what the BZO's for. So we can, I don't know the clickage, I don't know the adjustments on your optic. So I'm just gonna say 4 clicks down and 2 clicks to the right. All right?
4 clicks down?
Yeah.
Am I making those adjustments on it or just...
Yeah, on the optic itself.
Okay.
What? Grasshopper?
A frog.
That's a frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Where's the windage and elevation of this shit? This might be it. It's not marked. That's good. That's to adjust this. Zoom on pretty slow. I think. So, damn. I don't know which one's your windage or elevation. So, this is probably the elevation, but I don't know which way is left or which way is up and which way is down.
How would you tell?
Normally it's marked. Normally it says, it has an arrow towards, towards you, which means if you turn that way, it's up. So, let's take a few more shots. Take a few more shots, and then I'll see, because I've seen where you hit before. So, normally, clockwise is down, and counterclockwise is up. If I'm not mistaken. Go condition one when you're ready. Fire when ready. Oh damn, we forgot to mark it with the pen. The holes that are already there. That's fine now. That's 3, right? Alright, ceasefire. Go condition 4.
Yeah, bust it up, think. It's sick.
So see how there's a line through it? Yeah. You just do the same thing to those so we know that those are already fired rounds.
Alright. Am I not hitting the box at all?
It doesn't look like it.
How? I think they're even closer.
Let's try it with mine. I'll let you use mine.
I magnified the lines even closer.
Yeah, but if that's why we talk about the clicks, because even if you magnify it, if the clicks are off, it doesn't fucking matter. The clicks are still off.
Well, the clicks having to do with the gun.
What's on
The actual reticle.
Was there here already? No.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, those are there.
Yeah, those are there.
Alright. Yeah, because everything else is already lined, even the ones in the boxes.
Do you see anything happening like off to the left or anything? Because I can only imagine it's going to the left somewhere.
These ones are there.
So what'd you do the first time? How did you notice anything different? 'Cause you hit that shit right off the rip.